Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Obiederi. Nigeria economy actually defies every economic law. That how come, some people have wondered and asked this question: how come the Naira depreciated in value from a level of 199 Naira to $1 when Jonathan handed over power to Buhari to 667 Naira to $1 when Tinubu became president? What happened? Normally people will tell you, oh, the law of demand and supply, the force of demand and supply, interplay in the market will determine the price of goods and services. And now if you look at it critically, somebody was asking me, and I will explain to you why I'm making this video. Somebody just asked me, now that Dangote is being sold crude oil in Naira, and of course, and is producing a huge quantum of what we consume here, and of course, the advent of Dangote refinery simply means that most of the Ponzi regime of inflated import figures have reduced. So why is it that the Naira is no longer gaining over the dollar? Why is it that the dollar today is about 1,720 Naira to $1? And my simple answer is this: what we have not factored into Nigeria economy is beyond the forces of demand and supply that affect the interplay of demand and supply. There's a key critical forces of demand that is corruption driven, that distorts every of the interplay of market forces. And I will explain this. Because it is logical for those who understand it. Between 2015 to 2023, if you look at the former dollar inflow into Nigeria from different sources, borrowings, diaspora remittances, foreign portfolio investors, crude oil sales, total value was about $635 billion. And if you look at the outflow, total dollar outflow that left Nigeria through imports, medical tourism, and the school fees and everything, it's about $452 billion. So net, we should have had a positive net inflow of over $180 billion. And if you look at it, if we were to follow the law of demand and supply, since we had more inflow of the dollar over the outflow, the Naira to the dollar should have been less than 199 Naira to $1. But it did not happen because of the issue of the corruption demand for a dollar. The corruption demand for a dollar that left Nigeria through informal windows, through round tripping, and through all manner of criminal money laundering Ponzi schemes. And that is the truth. And that is the factor that we have refused to curb. Between 2015 to 2023, we had multiple exchange rate regime that provided arbitrage window of over 200. So dollar was being hawked and traded. Those who were well connected were getting dollar allocations at official rate and round tripping it through unofficial sources. Have you bothered to ask yourself, how come we printed 23 trillion Naira that was not tied to any productivity or any project? Most of these funds were used to mop up dollar and round trip it outside Nigeria. And so the truth is, one of the key reasons, beyond the fact that we have refused to be a productive economy, we have refused to do things that will stimulate output of goods and services, productivity of goods and services, and export of such in such a huge number that we can actually stabilize this economy and achieve price stability, curb inflation, forex stability. Basically, the core big elephant in the room are the two issues of corruption and insecurity. And until we are able to rein in the issue of corruption demand for the dollar, let us see. Yemi Cardoso is doing some good job. At least you could see clearly his monetary policies, FX management direction. But unfortunately, Yemi is limited because those who control over 44 trillion Naira at the 3 tiers of government in terms of budgetary allocation and expenditure will practically use half of it to loot and to buy dollar and to mop up dollar. So, as somebody was asking, we have over 9 months supply, 9 months dollar reserve that we can use to, the Yemi can use to intervene. Yemi cannot use to intervene because most of the dollar in the reserve are actually borrowed dollar that came in. It's not as if we earn those dollar through export of other things. These are dollars that came in mostly from FPIs and all those that will still be taken out. So Yemi is carefully and cautiously intervening as much as he can. But 95% of the problem we have is from the physical sector. Insecurity is not under Yemi Kadosa. And for us to tackle insecurity, we must rejig the security architecture of Nigeria to back to what we used to have in the 90s, early 60s. And that is where I've always advocated that we should have what we call agro rangers, 100 in every of the electoral wards, train them, equip them maximally to be able to outfox and the clean out the bandits, the unknown government, the ISWAP, and every of the non-state actors that have been tormenting this country. And if we have agro-industrial clusters of 500 to 1,000 hectares in every of the electoral wards, these are where the local government chairmen and the state governors are control the land, and they are very critical and key to this development. If we have such agro clusters, each of those clusters using the missions, community, diaspora, private, public partnership framework will take about $6 million to establish. We will identify the agro value chains that will go there. Such a sector, each of those clusters will generate at least $42 million. That is $15 billion investment, getting over $109 billion annually into the next 30, 40 years. And of course, we will create tens of millions of jobs. We will have agro rangers who are indigenous that are properly equipped in every local government area, far more personnel carriers. Where would the bandits hide? These communities are reclaiming their forests. We have youths properly trained and well paid. 150,000 Naira minimum wage. That's what we're going to pay them. Train them. We will set up security trust fund to be able to equip them properly. And the revenues, taxations from the agro production value chain will also help to fund their upkeep. And we will have a stable economy. Even if these politicians are looting the Naira, the FAC and Jack to mop up the dollar, we will have enough dollar influence. Even if they loot half of it, they will still have forex stability. It's just me musing. Thank you. God bless you.